Thanks for joining me today here at the Virtual Coffee Lab. I'm excited to talk with you about a brand new home coffee roaster that's available on the market, manufactured by Kaleido. This is the M1 Lite, and we're going to be taking a first look at this roaster, its features and benefits, and really how it fits in a very unique place when it comes to choices that we have when we consider buying a home coffee roasting machine. So we'll be talking about that. Kaleido has a special offer for this machine that is only going to be here on the Virtual Coffee Lab, and that is going to be announced here at the end of this video, so stick around for that. One other thing, Kaleido did send me this roaster so I could share my experience with you. I haven't been paid anything, I'm not getting a commission, and I'm free to say whatever I want about this roaster. The Kaleido name is a familiar name. It's a name that's been around for years for the home coffee roasting market, and it is a good name. It has a product line that offers a variety of sizes. I have an M10 that I own personally, and I also have an M2. The M10 is a 1.2 kilo roaster. The M2 is a 400 gram roaster. The Kaleido M1 Lite is a 200 gram capacity roaster. The M1 Lite is a variant of their original model, the M1, and the only difference is that it's mostly cosmetic. So this does not have the same panache or the same fluff, the softer edges, the thicker chassis, the handle, the carry handle back here. So they have leaned the machine out on the outside, but when it comes to its performance and all of the inners, the parts and pieces, that has not changed. So you're getting the same capability, the same roasting features. The only thing that's really changed is the outside of the machine. But what that did is it helped reduce the cost of manufacturing. And so I feel confident in the Kaleido name and the product that they offer. The other thing that makes this roaster unique and something that you might want to consider is the price. This roaster is available for $699. And when you think about what the original M1 cost, it's several $100s less than the original M1. They've been able to cut back the cost. They really want to be able to get this product into the hands of home coffee roasters. And I think that that puts this in a very interesting position, because when you think about the roasters that are at that price range and the features and benefits that they offer, when you hear about this roaster, I think you'll understand my surprise, and I'd love to hear your comments about what you think about where this sits in the overall offer and the value that it has. One thing I want to mention about the 200 gram capacity, some of you might think, well, I wish it was a little bigger. And quite honestly, no matter what size roaster it is, there's always going to be somebody that says, I wish that the capacity was a little bit more so I could roast more coffee. But think of it this way, especially if you're starting out. The 200 gram, the M1 Lite, is a smaller capacity roaster, but what it does is it gives you more opportunity to roast. So rather than just roasting one batch a week, maybe you roast 2 batches a week. Think of it this way, especially when you're learning how to roast, that's experience that you're going to need, but also you're not having to roast as much coffee per batch to burn or to ruin as you're trying to learn how to roast. Or you can roast more than one type of coffee each week to have a variety because you're roasting smaller amounts. So these are all just different ways to let you know that while 200 grams might not be quite the size range you were looking for, these are reasons why a 200 gram roaster might be the right thing for you. So we'll talk about capacity a little bit more in future roasts. I plan on doing a whole series with this roaster, roasting different profiles, and we're going to be talking about batch size. I'm going to be roasting 180 gram batches with this roaster when I do my demonstrations, and I'm going to have profiles that I'm going to share with you as well. All right, so we've talked about the Kaleido brand, we've talked about the price. Let's talk about some of the features of this product. This is a full-blown drum roaster. When I was looking to buy a brand new drum roaster back in 2017, I had certain requirements. One of the requirements was that it was a drum roaster. The other was that I had full control over the heat, the amount of power. I had full control over my airflow. I wanted it to be a variable airflow, and I wanted a variable drum speed. I wanted to have a trier to be able to see the coffee. I wanted to have a chaff tray collect the chaff that I could throw out. And I wanted to be able to exhaust the smoke through an exhaust system, a ventilation system, so that my basement wouldn't fill up with smoke. There's a cooling tray, a dual fan cooling tray here, so you'll be able to cool your coffee quickly. And this is another unique thing about the M1 Lite. This cooling tray here is, it comes folded flat. It basically comes flat folded metal with some perforations in it, and you assemble this. So it was kind of cool to assemble. It took me a few minutes to do that. Kaleido has a video to help you put it together. It's not really difficult at all. It helps cool the coffee quickly. One thing though, there is no handle on the front here, so you're going to want to be careful, especially if you're roasting really dark and you're roasting at full capacity. You're going to want to be careful not to touch or hold on to that right after the beans come out, because the beans are hot and you don't want to burn yourself. After a minute or two, it's cool enough to the touch and you're ready to turn off the cooling feature. It can roast any profile you can imagine. This machine checks all the boxes. These are features that any home coffee roasting person would want to have if they had a choice for their roasting equipment. Another really important benefit of the Kaleido M1 Lite roaster is that it is a full sensory roaster. What that means is that it's designed so that you have the ability to use all of your senses while roasting coffee. I talk about that here on my channel. This is one of the skills that you need to master, and that is using your senses. The Kaleido M1 Lite is going to allow you to see very clearly the color of the beans and how they're tumbling and how quick the color is changing through this view glass down here for you to inspect. It also has a trier that you can pull out, and you can take a look at the coffee, see its color, its texture, and smell the coffee. And again, you'll be able to hear the first crack. So when first crack starts, you'll be able to hear it here on this roaster. So you'll be able to use all of your senses to roast some great coffee. I've got plenty of videos that talk about using your senses. I would encourage you to check those out. The Kaleido M1 Lite has precision controls, and everything is handled through Artisan. Artisan is a free software that you download. The USB plug plugs in from the machine and into your computer, and within a minute or two you are configured and all of your controls are on the screen. So you're going to be able to control your airflow, your drum speed, and your burner, and you'll be able to mark all of your events: charge, dry end, first crack, second crack if you roast that dark, and the drop event. And because you're using Artisan, what that means is all of your roast data is going to be saved. So I talk about logging your roasts. All that's going to be done with Artisan, and you'll be able to save profiles. One of the unique features about the Kaleido roaster is that it has an auto roast feature. That means you can take a roast profile, you can load it in Artisan, and then Artisan through the Kaleido software will roast the coffee for you. And we'll do a video on that as well so you can see how that works. Now on to the technical specs for this roaster. This is a 1000 watt roaster. It has a lot of power. It can roast any profile you can imagine. The fan is very powerful, so that helps you control a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different options when it comes to your roasts and how you want air to influence your roast for convection. It's using a carbon fiber heating element to provide that power, and all of the Kaleido roasters are using those elements, and they are very effective. This roaster only takes a few minutes to heat up. It heats up quickly, and it actually responds very quickly too. So when you make changes to your heat or your air, you'll be able to immediately see those changes take place. It plugs into a 110 residential outlet. This doesn't require any special power. You can plug it right into the wall as long as you've got a 3-prong grounding plug to plug into. And this roaster, as I mentioned earlier, is all stainless steel construction, very little of anything else, and it's very solid, and it's going to be a very durable roaster for you. It does have this exhaust port as well, which will be used to direct the smoke out through a venting system that you have. And again, as I mentioned, I'll share more about that in a future video. All right, one other thing that's really unique about Kaleido roasters compared to some of the others is that they have a unique distribution system so that they can provide the proper support that you need when you make this purchase. That means that if you have questions or you need help with something or there's a problem, you have somebody that you can reach out to and you can talk with about your issue, and they'll help you resolve it. That's really cool. That is something that not every coffee roaster has. I mean, there are people that are buying roasters on an international marketplace and it'll get shipped to them, and they don't really have a good way of receiving support. It ends up turning into kind of a community thing where other people that have a similar roaster are helping you out. And if that works for you, that's great. But Kaleido offers this support network through their distribution system. This roaster is the roaster that you would purchase here in the United States comes from Kaleido USA, which is the espresso outlet. They are the authorized distributors, master distributors for this product, and they also work through some resellers as well. There are other distributors all over the world for the Kaleido product, so you should check to see where your nearest distributor is. Okay, so now I have a special announcement before the announcement about the Kaleido roaster. I've been doing this for like 5 years here on YouTube. I've been making videos, 130, 140 videos, something like that, helping people learn how to roast coffee. I've also offered an opportunity to help people one-on-one on my Buy Me a Coffee website, and that I've had many people take advantage of that. I'm offering something new here on my channel that I've never done before. I'm going to be offering YouTube channel memberships. We have an opportunity to spend more time together. And sometimes it'll be in a live setting, other times it'll just be additional resources and a smaller group opportunity that I'm going to be making available. Look for an announcement soon. You'll see different tiers offered. So your level of support, your level of interest, your level of membership is up to you. And I would encourage you to check that out. And now for the special announcement. Kaleido is giving away a brand new M1 Lite coffee roaster to somebody here in my audience. All you need to do is go to the description of this video, click on the link and fill out the form or answer a couple of questions, and you'll be registered to win this coffee roaster. I'm not involved in this process at all. This is all done, and Kaleido USA is going to be running this promotion, and someone in my audience is going to win a roaster. You have till March 1st to register. So I'll have a couple of other videos coming out about roasting on this machine. You'll still have time to register. You only need to do it once, and you will have an opportunity to win. So I'm excited for you. Good luck. I hope you win. I would love to hear your thoughts about this roaster and what you think about it. I would love to hear how you feel where this fits into the overall home coffee roasting market. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, questions in the comments. Let's carry on the conversation there, and I hope you have a great week roasting. We'll see you next time.